Salam, long time no see. Before I say anything else, I want to just already address these like scars on my face. I did a chemical peel and turned out my skin was too sensitive for it, and these were all big scabs and now they're like slowly becoming scars. The scabs have fallen off and I am trying my best to get rid of them, but I thought I would just address them and let's move on. Okay, so the reason we are gathered here today is because I want to do a full face of Kulfi Beauty. I already had their lip stains from around like a year ago, and then like a few months ago I bought some of their lipstick, and then during the Sephora sale I bought their concealer and their mascara, and I realized I kind of almost have everything they sell. Let me check if they sell anything else. Okay, so the only thing I don't have that they sell is their blush, which honestly I could have bought the Sephora sale. That I'm kind of intrigued by it looking at it now. And a brow gel, but I don't use brow gel. So I have literally everything else they make at the moment. I have their lipsticks, I have their mascara, I have their lip staining oil, I have their kajal, the eyeliner, I have their concealer. I also have an eyeshadow pot from them. So we will see how everything goes today. I just thought it would be fun to try everything out. I saw that they've been getting really popular on TikTok, and then I actually was watching a Tati Westbrook video and she mentioned their concealer and I was like, ooh, okay. I guess they're really blowing up. And then when I bought them last year, you could not get their things in store. And then this year, every time I went to a Sephora for the sale, they had a little stand of them on like one of the shelves up. They display like Merit or like Sayan. I was really happy for them. I love Desi slash Brown and women owned brands. So that was the reason I initially bought from them, because I felt like who better to understand what colors look good on Desi skin tone than Desi founders, and I think they've been doing great. I'm so happy to see their growth, but I thought it'd be fun to test everything I got from there all together, because I don't think I've ever done everything from them all together, so let's try. I'm coming here with complete skin, like no skin prep, so I have to do a little bit of skin prep first. I'm gonna first try, this is the Ulla Henriksen Banana Bright Eye Cream. I don't know honestly if this works or not. This was really hyped also last year, I think, or 2 years ago, and I bought it then. I keep seeing that they put it into minis of it into the gift sets or value sets that in Sephora. So I keep having it on hand. I honestly don't know. Like, I don't know. Is it doing anything? Is it not? I kind of gaslight myself into thinking it is because everyone says that it does. And then on top of that, I also have the Banana Bright and Vitamin C CC stick. It's like a concealer stick. I used it all up. Either that or it's like smushed down and I can't get it out. I scrape it out with my nail because for some reason, I don't know. And my head tells me it works, and then my head also tells me it doesn't. But I keep buying it because it's supposed to be like a skincare concealer, and I don't really wear makeup in my day-to-day life. So when I first heard about this, I was like, perfect. This is just what I need. It's like no makeup, literally no makeup. But every time I use it, I'm like, did it do anything at all? And I can't tell. So you tell me. Okay, is there a difference? Like, really, tell me honestly, because I literally just bought another one of this. For some reason in my head, I'm like, no, it's good. And then at the same time, I'm like, no, it's really not good. I have no idea, but you can tell me. A little moisturizer. And then this is something I also recently bought. I don't know. Again, I don't know if this does anything. I bought this, say, Slip Tint SPF Tint Moisturizer because I wanted something to give me a little, like, just to even me out, but I don't like the look of makeup. I don't wear a foundation. Normally I don't wear any like CC cream, BB cream usually. Not to knock anybody who likes that. I just don't like it. For some reason, I was thinking, okay, you know, like an SPF or like a tint or a CC cream or BB cream, it's gonna like really even me out, but also look really natural. It's not coming out today. What's up with that? Oh, okay, it just came out. I promise you that has not happened before, but I have only used it twice. Anyways, so my goal was just to even me out. I'm not going out, or I would put on normal SPF 2. And I think it does kind of even me out, but at the same time, I don't really think it's necessary. I don't think it really adds anything. So I don't know, like you can tell me. I do enjoy the sheen it gives the skin, but on the one hand I'm like, this is serving me no purpose whatsoever, but on the other hand, that's what I wanted. Like, I didn't want it to look like makeup, so I don't really know how I feel about this whole concept of like the BB cream, CC creams. Okay, but that's all I'm gonna do for the skin. I don't have a blush by them, like I said. I wish I did buy their blush now just for the sake of the video, but I did actually buy the Say Dew blush in Chili. is my first time trying it out. I've just really been into that like dewy hydrated look, and I kind of went a little bit crazy during the Sephora sale. This is my first time using it, by the way. Ooh, that might be too much, but I feel like these products really blend out into nothing. By the way, I know the new thing for blush is to like put it like here. I know it's supposed to snatch you, but honestly, I don't really like that on me. I'm just gonna stick with the apple of the cheeks method on the nose. I like all of that, so I think that's nice. Give me some shine. You tell me, do you like it? I feel like I could do more. I'm gonna do a little bit more. I'm gonna do one more layer because this is really light. I knew when I applied it that like I could have gotten more. I felt I'm gonna use my fingers this time because maybe the beauty blender is soaking up some of the product. Oh, okay. See, that's definitely better. And I've kind of been going a little bit down. You know that like 90s flush, like Rory Gilmore blush look where it's like the face is fully like flushed. Kind of been trying to get into that a little bit, like 90s, early 2000. I kind of like it. I don't know, like ruining it, but it looks like natural flush, I think. I don't know if it's better than the other blushes I bought in Sephora sale. If you're interested, I was just like on a hunt for a dewy creamy blush. I tried the House Lab one and I tried the Merit one. All in like similar shades, so I have to just decide which one I want to keep. But I definitely like this so far. Okay, now let's get into Kulfi Beauty. The first thing we're gonna do is our waterline and our tight line with the kajal. I don't know if you can see, but this is like a little bit messed up because I use this all the time. I do kajal almost every day. Back in the day, I did not find a kajal that worked for me, that lasted. I tried Makeup Forever, I tried drugstore, I tried Urban Decay. And you know, the ones everyone says, never leave your waterline, and I didn't find that they lasted on me. So this is my second purchase of this because I used my first one up fully. This stays in my waterline all day, so I really, really, really like this. I don't think the tip of it is kind of rounded. I don't know if you can see, but the tip is a little bit rounded. So I don't think it's really good for eyeliner. Like, not a thin tip. I think if they did that, it would be really nice for eyeliner, but I don't think you can get like a cat eye really easily with this. At least I can. So I just use it for tight lining and waterline. Okay, did you see how quickly that I did that? And it looks really black. I love it. I usually smudge a little bit underneath, but because we're gonna do concealer, I'm not gonna do that right now. Ugh, I just love a kajal a moment. I know this is not how everyone tight lines, but this is like the desi way of like just putting the kajal in between your eyes and smudging. Normally you do like the long sticks, the kohl ones, but okay. I really, really, really enjoy this eyeliner. This is a must for me. This is the first thing I bought from them and I love it. Now let's get into concealer. I got their concealer in the shade Cocoa Crush. I chose that shade myself online, so because I was looking for a highlighting concealer. I have a lot of concealers around my skin tone, but I wanted something to highlight. I tried it the day I got it, but I haven't tried it after. I did think it was a good match. It might be a little light. On their website, they actually said I should be shade Elaichi. Normally I'd color correct, but because I'm just trying to stick to mostly Kulfi products, I'm not going to color correct. I try not to use too much concealer because I have lines under my eyes that I just don't want to highlight, and everybody says, all the makeup artists always say, use less product. I'm really excited to use this brush. I have been seeing a lot about it online, the House Lab concealer brush, and it was sold out in store actually. So I'm really excited. I don't know if you guys wash brushes when they come out of the package. I normally don't even use a brush, so I have had like a Real Techniques concealer brush for like 4 years, and I was just like, meh, you know, whatever. I could do with it or without it. This brush, I think it's kind of similar to that like K Beauty brush in shape. Like there's a bit of a rounded curve to the brush, but everyone talks so highly of this, so I got it in the sale. This is my first time using it too, so I'm excited. It is just a brush. I almost think it's a bit big for a concealer brush. This fits my entire under eye, and maybe that's the point. I'm like not the expert with brushes, but doesn't that shade really just look like it brightened up and cancel a lot of my darkness even without color corrector? Honestly, that is impressive. I'm just gonna sweep it what's left across the eyes because we're just gonna do a glitter, so we don't really need anything fancy schmancy there. Honestly, that blended the concealer out actually pretty quickly. I don't know, maybe I'm changing my mind. I think I do like this. I kind of want to do this side with the beauty blender just to compare, so let's just try it over the eyes. Yeah, definitely slightly less coverage with the beauty blender. I think you can see a bit more of my dark circles poking through there where you can't really see them that much here. I'm actually into that brush. I'm gonna put a little bit more on this side, just where I feel like the coverage is lacking a bit. I think the better order of operations would be the brush and then tap it all out with the beauty blender. Oh no, I almost went with the beauty blender again. No, I'm gonna do the brush. Okay, I feel like I look like a different person with concealer on. At least like to me, it's a huge change. Yeah, I think that the concealer is really, really good. Do your own research on what shade you think would look best for you. My Sephora recommendation, like the color match from my other concealer purchases, was this color Cocoa Crush. And then their main match test was Lychee. But that asked a lot less questions. They didn't have like any compare your color to another brand and see like what you would be in our brand. So I think if they added that, that would be helpful. But I am really impressed with this concealer, honestly. It doesn't seem to be settling into my line. I don't know if you can see, but I think I have pretty, at least in my opinion, I think I have fine lines under my eyes. So that's really nice. They don't do a powder, so I'm just gonna set with Huda Beauty. I'm just gonna tap the excess powder on my hand and go in. This is just like a little bit of a light bake. I think a little bit of a light bake is just helpful when I don't color correct because the powder kind of color corrects since it's a little bit of a goldy peachy color. Okay, now let's move on to mascara. I feel like a lot of people are gonna read this as baddie lash, but I think it's meant to be bari lash, like bari big lash in Hindi Urdu. I also have been seeing this mascara a lot online, but before I use that, I'm also gonna use this Lancome, I don't know how to say it, the Cleese Booster. I'll show you the box. Cleese Booster XL. I'm probably butchering that, but I saw a girl talk about how this really, really makes your lashes look great on TikTok before the Sephora sale. Like it was in her Sephora sale recommendations, and she was desi. So I bought it, and I honestly do think it can make a difference. I will do it on one eye and not on the other, and then you can tell me if you think that it makes a difference or not. I'm going to curl my lashes before. The interesting thing with this primer from Lancome is that it says to put the mascara on when it's still wet, which I have one lash primer from, I think it's from L'Oreal. I've had it for a year or so, and that says to wait until it dries to put on your mascara. So I thought that was a bit interesting. My lashes fall really quickly. I don't know why. I don't do waterproof mascara normally because I want to do wudu, and I just feel like that's a little bit tricky to get into. I don't even wear mascara honestly a lot of days, but if I do, I don't wear waterproof. Oh my gosh, sorry for getting quiet. I need to focus. BRB. Okay, it leaves a little bit of a white substance on your lashes, which is fine because the mascara will cover it. The nice thing about this mascara is it's actually a tubing mascara. I do like tubing mascaras because they just come off with water. I feel like they're gentler on the eyes, really nice at volumizing and separating and lengthening in my opinion, but we'll see. Okay, that's with one coat. Do you see the difference? Isn't that insane? I come in closer so you can see it before, after. And I do think part of that is the Lancome booster thing, but it looks really good without it as well. For me, what I noticed though when I tried it with and without on one side before was that the side with the booster held the curl a bit longer. Honestly, I don't really know how to curl your lashes. Okay, let's do the other eye now without the booster. Okay, that's the without the booster and with the booster. I don't know if you can see a difference. I can see a difference. I think the side with the booster looks a little bit thicker and the side without it looks a little less thick. But let's just do another coat. This is after one coat. Isn't that mascara really nice? That is nice. That is really good. Let's brush off the rest of the powder and we'll do under the eyes because I think this is also a really good mascara for the lower lashes. Now let's do lower lashes really quickly and then we will go on to lips, which is probably what they're most famous for, I think. Honestly, this is the newest thing I've tried from them and I really, really like it. I was gonna say let's go on to lips, but I just remembered I have the Stardust Hot eyeshadow. It's in like a pretty champagne gold color. I have used it before, obviously. I already did mascara, so I don't really want to mess it up, but I should have done this before. That's my fault. This reminds me of a Charlotte Tilbury color. These creams do not crease. You could keep building it up, but I'm just gonna do it lightly. Now we can go to lips because I think that's what they're most famous for. I have a handful of things by them. I actually think I have one or two more. I definitely had another lip tint from them, and that was my favorite, and I haven't been able to find it in so long, but it was really, 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 really pretty. I think it's something cherry. I can't remember, but it was really nice. So let's just start with the tints because I feel like we can wipe them off and then go to lipstick. I'm gonna start with caramel. I've seen this look different, interestingly, on other people. For me, this is genuinely like a My Lips But Better color, like literally My Lips But Better, which is interesting because I've never had a brand match my lips so well before. See the before and after? It's literally like my lips. My lips look a little chapped right now, but if I didn't have any product on it and if they were hydrated, they look like this color. I do like this color, probably wear it with a liner, but what I really like about these stains is that it's very, very thin, so it doesn't feel like a gloss or anything, but it leaves like a glossy finish. I really enjoy that about them. This color is just like, I like it, I don't love it. I like my lips to do something more than be just my lip color, but I am really impressed by the fact that they got my lip color. So let's try Tamarind. A lot of people like this color. I'm like still kind of iffy about this color. You guys can tell me what you think. Something I will say about these lip stains though is that if you're expecting 24 hours or like a whole day of staining power, you're not gonna get that. I haven't tried any product that gets that, and I've tried like the Wonder Skin lip stains. I've tried the Seicho, whatever ones that are viral on TikTok. They leave my lip after around like 4 to 5 hours, especially if I've eaten. So they are nice. They're really pretty. That's what you're hoping you're gonna get. That's probably unrealistic from any lip stain. So I'm gonna try Tamarind now. This also I like, but I don't love. I am more of like a brighter pink slash red slash maroon type of person. This is just a little dull for me, but I've seen it on other skin tones and it looks really, really nice. So yeah, this is on my skin tone. If you have similar skin tones, it's probably gonna look like a muted brown. I honestly do like it. I just don't think I love it. Like, it's not something I would do every day. So you can see it kind of stain my lips, but this will be gone. This stain will not last, and that's not their fault. I just think it's something people are pretending, and that's not true. So I have 3 shades of their lipstick. I have Polka Dot, a really pretty mauvey pink brown, which these are the kinds of pinks I do like, by the way. This is Guzzle Glow. I love their names, by the way. This is a really pretty pink, I think. And then I have Curry Kiss. I think it's Curry Kiss. It could be Cardi, like the brand, but I don't think they meant Cardi. This is more like, this is like a peachy brown, and then I would say this is like a pinky brown. So this is Cardigas. I think it's a really pretty nude. I bought these lipsticks from them because I was thinking if there's gonna be a brand that does basics on this skin tone well, it'll be Kulfi, or like a Desi owned brand basically. So that's what I was looking for, was just like everyday colors, and I really like this color. So let's wipe it off. Okay, let's try polka dots. So very similar, but I think you can see the last one was a bit lighter, and then this one is a bit more pinky. I really like this color. I was kind of looking for a dupe for Taupe by MAC, and I think this is pretty close because that used to be my shade back in the day. I don't buy from MAC anymore, so okay. Then now we can try our last color, Guzzle Glow, the pink. This is a pretty color. I think it might be a little bit light for what I like, but I think with the brown lip liner, it could be actually really nice. The way they formulated the color, where it is like a light pink on me, but it still doesn't look ashy or like concealer lips. I'm always impressed by that. I trust them, and I trust them for a reason. This looks nice, even though it's a little bit weird. I think if another brand did this, it would be like a little bit orangey. I've had colors like this that go too orange or a little bit chalky, and even though it's not my color, I can admit it's like a nice color. I wish there was a bit more lighting naturally today, because I just think that would help you see how everything looks, but it is another cloudy day in New York, so yeah, hopefully I will be talking to you soon, because that's my plan. But let me know if you buy anything from Kulfi Beauty and if you like them and what you like, and let me know what you thought about everything that I showed you. And I hope this was helpful. Oh, also, I know I've never done a video like this before where it's like all one brand or like a face of one brand. So if you're interested in that and you liked it and you want more brands, like if you have a specific brand you want to recommend, let me know. I am open to like everything, so I'm just having fun, and if it's something fun and you think it's gonna be useful, then I would love to. So just let me know. And if you didn't like this, also like let me know. But like I say always, let me know nicely, because I am sensitive. I'll get my feelings hurt. If you don't want me to be thinking about your comment at like 2 a.m. being sad about it, then don't leave something negative, because I will. So thank you. But have a good one, guys. See you next time.
Do you see the difference?